Yes, you heard me right. The upcoming top 1 Tidal Wave is not a good top 1. Now before you dislike the video and leave, please hear me out. Everything in this video is my personal opinion. You may disagree with my point of view, but at least don't hate me for that. After all, you're watching a video about a $4 Square game. If you want to give your thoughts on this, write it down in the comments. I'd love to hear you guys out. Now that I have your attention, let's hop into the video. To evaluate Tidal Wave as a top 1, we have to look at what I would prefer the definition of a top 1. It all started almost 2 years ago. On May 1st, 2021, Ice Cave just announced that Slaughterhouse will be verified by Space UK, but you all know that was a lie.
I can't fucking react, otherwise I'm gonna cough so much.
Since then, I was always intrigued by the level's nature, from its intense gameplay to its decoration. This level changed the way I perceive what top levels are, especially top 1s. It isn't about something difficult. It is about its essence, the intensity, the nature, something so bizarre that literally every YouTuber milks it for views. To explain it further, imagine yourself being a new player who just bought and downloaded the game for the first time. You beat Stereo Madness, Back on Track, Polar Guys, and so on. Naturally, you would look for harder levels and start to wonder, what is the skill limit for this game? Now let me ask you a question, which level stands out even more? Some random beach level with a calmer song and atmosphere, or an intense level with gameplay from the pits of hell? Slaughterhouse obviously has that top 1 feel, and that's why it's much more memorable to the general public in my opinion. While Tidal Wave has a nice atmosphere and a cool song, it personally just lacks the feel, the essence of what a top 1 should look like. The gameplay does not feel as hectic and intense. While this may be a good thing in some cases, but personally I do not see Tidal Wave being as memorable as Slaughterhouse. Speaking of gameplay, this brings me to my next point, Zoink's gameplay. Now before I start this chapter, let's talk about Zoink's history. On October 25th, 2021, Zoink has beaten Zodiac as his first list demon, as well as a huge jump from Bloodbath. Back then, Zodiac was number 6 on the list, so this certainly gave him a decent following in the game. Since then, he has improved drastically and beaten the hardest extremes in the game. This also means naturally people are going to ask him to verify the levels. However, this arises a problem. Zoink is not a talented creator, and if you look at his verification of Avernus, it has been known as one of the worst levels to date. To put it simply, Avernus was supposed to be a top 20, but Zoink buffed it to a top 1. I am no top player, but when majority of the community including top players says a level is bad, then it totally isn't a biased thing. So back on topic. What does this has to do with Tidal Wave? Tidal Wave was originally created with the intention of being a top 10, somewhere between Slaughterhouse and Firework. It wasn't meant to be a top 1. And according to this Twitter post made by Light, it has 130 frame perfects. I don't know whether if this is true or not, but all I can say, this might ruin the level as we see with Avernus. And since this level was buffed so much, balancing issues might arise, which will not be a good thing for any level. In conclusion, buffing levels for the sake of making them harder has pretty much zero positive traits, besides making them less accessible. Overall, I'm just very concerned on how the level's gameplay will turn out, based off of Zoink's history as well as the buffs that were made. Like I said, I am in no authority to judge how this level turns out objectively. I'm just speculating how the community's, especially top players' reaction will be. So far, the community doesn't seem too overwhelmingly positive on this matter, especially on Twitter where they memed about this one click, which in all honesty, it's quite funny. Like, just take a look at it. Look how funny this click looks. To be fair, Twitter usually don't have the best opinions for anything, but all right now we can only talk is about what we can see. Haha, get it? See? Like, ocean? Yeah, never mind. So around 8 months ago, OnlyLink has uploaded the layout version of the level onto the servers. However, that level is not even close to the top 10 version, let alone Zoink's top 1 version. After doing some runs, so far the level feels like an extended list level, around top 100. I could be wrong, but I can say for sure this is not top 10. Despite that, around 3 months before the layout version being released, OnlyLink has uploaded the first preview of the level. From the look of it, I must say I was impressed. As a solo project, it looks nice. Though the more I watch it, the more repetitive it gets. Despite this being very original, aka being a beach theme top 10, I don't like the fact that this level feels a bit lazy. A few people have mentioned that already in the past, but in case you haven't noticed, the background are reused in certain parts of the level. Well, even though it's a simple looking background, I don't like the fact the creator didn't bother to at least change it up a little bit. In my opinion, it feels a little bit too lazy. The decoration can be a bit messy at times, and some parts feel over-decorated and unoptimized as seen here from the creator's video itself. The song is great even though it's a Nong song, which basically means it's not on Newgrounds. This may be seen as a problem since it will have a lower chance of it getting rated, but I won't go into detail on that. Besides that, like I said earlier, it is also hard to judge gameplay when I'm not skilled enough to play it well, as well as the level still being in verification while this video is being made, so I won't judge the gameplay. Don't get me wrong, I love the idea of this level as well as how it turned out in the original full showcase. I just think this level could have been executed better. Please do not take this as an attack on Onilink or Zoink, but I really do hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. So in conclusion, I do not think this level will be a great top 1 due to its nature. However, I really do think this level will get rated. Despite the rate standards are quite high nowadays, I wholeheartedly feel this level could be rated easily just from looking at the level alone. Personally, I really do like this level's quality. Feels like it has given me a breath of fresh air. Just take a look at the recent top levels. Tartarus was a hell level, Arctis was a hell level. Personally, I would count Sakupin Circles as well. Slaughterhouse, Avernus, Acheron is more on the edge, but I would also count that. With that being said, Tidal Wave being the top 10 would definitely be a sight to behold. Though, due to its nature, I don't think it should be a top 1. Whether if you agree or disagree with me, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps out a lot and I really appreciate it. Comment down below if you want me to do more of these where I give my honest reviews on levels. Before you go, I highly recommend watching Aeon's video on this subject, where he also gives great valid opposing points for this. Good luck to Zoink on verifying this level soon. It's very unfortunate that you died to the last click, but I really do hope you verify this soon. To Onilink, this is a fantastic level that you have gifted the community. I may not be proud of the final outcome, but it's still really insane to see a level like this. I hope you guys do enjoy watching this. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye! Oh my god, yes!